After the month of October saw temperatures across the Hudson Valley run about 8 degrees above average, that trend has continued right into the month of November, and it's led a lot of people to ask the question whether winter is ever going to come, whether we're going to have a fall, or whether it's just going to stay well above average all the way through the winter. We have some really big changes on the way that we want to talk about. We're going to start by looking at the jet stream that was in place for Monday. You'll notice that across the United States we had a pretty zonal flow from west to east until you got to the northeast, at which point you did see some warm weather, some warm air sneak up the east coast, push temperatures up into the low 60s across the Hudson Valley. But what you're going to see is that as we push through the week, a dramatic change in the pattern takes place from Monday's jet stream to Friday's jet stream. Notice a ridge in the central U.S. with a deep trough that digs into the northeast, and that's going to allow some tremendous cold air to come pouring out of Canada, coldest air that we've seen since late last winter, early spring, and it's going to mean some really big changes for our temperatures here. We're going to run through the high temperatures for the rest of the week. These are your high temperatures on Tuesday. Notice mid-40s across the Hudson Valley, even some 30s in the Catskills. Poughkeepsie 44, Newburgh 44. So a chilly Tuesday on tap. Things moderate a little bit as we move into Wednesday, mid to upper 40s for high temperatures. By Thursday, we're probably pushing around 50 across the Hudson Valley. Not too bad. It's right around average for this time of the year. But watch what happens as we roll into Friday. These are your high temperatures for Friday. 30 degrees in Poughkeepsie, 30 in Newburgh, 24 in Monticello. Now these may be a little overdone, but make no mistake, this cold air means business, and we're talking about a incredibly cold day. We'll also have strong northwest winds with this, so you're talking wind chills in the 20s Friday afternoon. When we push the go forward a little bit further into Friday night, possibly low temperatures in the teens, upper teens possibly across the Hudson Valley. We haven't had a night where we've had lows in the 20s widespread across the Hudson Valley. We're talking about possibly low temperatures in the upper teens, even if this is a little too aggressive, low 20s Friday night into Saturday morning. The coldest air of the season by far, coldest air that we've seen since, just guessing, probably March. All right. And this will continue into Saturday as well. High temperatures on Saturday are going to struggle to get to 40 degrees. Don't count on it. These temperatures are a good 10 to 15 degrees below average. Friday's highs, depending on exactly where the numbers fall, could be 20 degrees below normal. So some very cold air on the way. And when you consider the fact that last Friday was, I think, 72 in Poughkeepsie, that this coming Friday could be 32 in Poughkeepsie for a high. It's a tremendous difference in just a few days. There's one other thing we want to talk about. We've got a sneaky situation coming up for Tuesday evening, and we don't want to make a big deal about it, but we do want to highlight this. This is simulated radar for 1 p.m. on Tuesday, and you'll notice that we do have a system pushing some light rain showers into the mid-Atlantic, and you'll notice that a little bit of light snow is going to try and develop with this as well. When we push this forward, this is 7 p.m. And yes, that is snow, that is blue, and that would indicate snow on the radar across the Hudson Valley for Tuesday evening, right around sunset, 7 o'clock. Well, actually, it's after sunset now with daylight savings ended. But what we want to highlight is that there is a potential for some cold light rain showers to push into the Hudson Valley Tuesday afternoon. And as the sun starts to set and temperatures start to fall, they probably will fall from the low 40s into the upper 30s, that we could see some wet snowflakes, believe it or not, mixing in with the rain across the Hudson Valley. Give you an idea, check on the temperatures, possibly in the mid-30s at 7 o'clock. That would be cold enough to support some wet snowflakes, and at cloud level, This white line here would be the rain-snow line, so you can see that the atmosphere will be cold enough to support snow as well. So we could see our first snowflakes of the season, believe it or not, coming out of nowhere with this, as we have some cold air really just pushing in quickly from the north, and a weak low pressure developing. It's going to ride across along the frontal boundary that just pushed through the area on Monday. So we want to talk about it, because if wet snowflakes do start to fall, we don't want people to be too incredibly shocked, and we cannot rule out the possibility of some light wet snow accumulation on grassy surfaces, mainly in the higher elevations. We do have to keep an eye on this, because some of the data is a little bit more aggressive with the possibility for snow into the valleys. But again, we just want to mention it because it is a possibility, and we're talking about some big changes very fast across the area. In general, on Tuesday, for the afternoon, expect the threat of some scattered light rain showers, cold light rain showers, possibly mixing with some wet snow. Better chance for the mixing in the higher elevations, but don't be surprised if some of us valley folk do see some wet snowflakes Thursday evening. No concerns for sticking on roads, anything like that. That's not an issue, but just a hint that perhaps the warm weather is coming to an end across the Hudson Valley. We'll have more updates for you throughout the day on Tuesday as the situation develops. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.